irrespective of all of us being so far away. So once again, I start my note with good morning, good afternoon, and good evening at different time zones and places wherever you all have joined. It's really pleasant to see each and everybody over here. Uh, I would just start to say with a one thing that happy Bringling everybody. So all of you might have already gone and done some kind of research on what is exactly this Bringling. So Dr. Vinaya here, the co-founder of Bringle and founder of Soulful Smiles, on behalf of the entire Bringleverse, extend a warm and a heartful welcome to each one of you to our East India Curtain Raiser event. हर घर तिरंगा के साथ हर घर सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ. Awakening the golden bird inside every household of a country. That's the mission which we, as bringlers, as we say, transformers or catalyst or whatever you call us as, are into a journey. We are thrilled to have you all and join with us to embark on our journey to awaken the spirit of the golden bird within every home, within every individual, within every youth, within every child. Our vision is to foster a sense of pride, a sense of unity and prosperity in each and every house and each and every human being, in short, if I can just iterate it as. We really understand that it's very, very important that as a citizen, not just sit and just talk about what our country is going to or where our countries get leading to and how do we make a change. So we always understand that if we want to see the change, we are supposed to be the change. And thanks for being the change maker and thanks for being here. So we are here to contribute a small bit to the progress of our great nation, that's our country. And again, once again, very much thankful to each and every individual who have taken out their important time here and being here with our incredible initiative which we are doing. And we are also looking forward to an inspiring and an impactful event and a journey with each one and all who was present over here. With this initiative, we would also like to transform our country, India, and at the same time, also, in short, if I say it globally, we would like to have this as the entire globally, it becomes a super powerful economy once again by developing it into a new startup skills and skills capital. We can also, if you all want to also have little more insight about what we are doing and how we are doing it, please do check on the social medias with the hashtag of Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao or hashtag awakening the golden bird. Why it is on 26th of July 2023. You know, when Anshav always marks out some of the dates, I always keep asking him, why is this date? Why can't we change this date? I remember that when dear friends from Sri Lanka and Bhutan and these people had come, I wanted to change the date, but he didn't allow me to change the date because he really believes that whatever freedom we have got, that freedom is was very, very important, and a lot of people have worked out for this freedom. So we mark our entire calendar with specific dates which are very closely related to the freedom struggle of a country. And one of this day today, that is 26th of July, is marked as Kargil Vijay Diwas. And I'm sure all the educators over here would get a pop-up in the morning that what is the importance of this day. And I'm not going to take much time, but just going to say that with this initiative, how are we going to talk about Kargil Diwas, or we linking our pAGE tURNERS Club into a Kargil Vijay Diwas is it serves, as we all remember, that this day is a reminder of the courage and dedication of our armed forces and reinforces the nation's commitment to upholding its sovereignty and territorial integrity. It is thus a day of remembrance and inspiring us to stand unitedly strong as a nation. Similarly, the initiative of pAGE tURNERS Club here was brought in with a lot of thought processes in how we will be able to withstand the same the same pride and unitedly as we can make a nation strong. So stay tuned to know more about pAGE tURNERS Club. Here I take it forward to introduce the man behind the entire vision. And let me take this pleasure and pride to introduce the visionary leader because of whom we all are gathered here and working towards an initiative of Hero for Zero to help each and every citizen to identify their core competence and transform them into a leader so that they can inspire others, help them achieve, motivate them to pass on the baton to the others, to transform themselves, eventually transforming their lives, their family, their state, their country, and eventually the whole world. As he always says, which is big, which where I think he's a big fan of all the political leaders. I would not say one political leader, but yes, he picks up the best quote, which is always said by the leaders, and then he keeps reiterating to us like it's one earth, one family, and we should have one future, and that future of us should be very golden. I think golden is his favorite color, and that is none other than our MD, that is Mr. Anshav Jain, founder MD Anshav Jain. And he is a proud, he says himself to be, I'm a very proud Indian, and who has left a multiple lucrative opportunities to settle outside India. And he's also very famously called as Anshavtar, who is having 21 years of corporate experience and an angel investor, startup mentor, business consultant, and a serial entrepreneur. And now moving on to his journey to become a venture capitalist, founder and MD of Bringle UK and India. Anshav has worked across global MNCs, giving them hundreds and millions of dollars with respect to revenue realization and cost optimization. However, he has also transformed his loss-making business into a self-sustainable 100 million USD global startup today, aspiring to be the world's first zero employee, zero office unicorn by 2025 and a $1 trillion company by 2030. He's very much very good with his numbers. Trust me, the numbers always makes me confused, but he makes sure that he reiterates this number. And now I would like to invite our dear MD to explain you all a little bit more about this global movement and the people involved to do this curtain raising raiser events. Like I think we have already done the South India curtain raiser. We did the West India curtain raiser, and now that we are embarking towards our East India curtain raiser and the annual success festival, which is going to be celebrated from 19th of August to 21st of August. So as today's theme, which we are going to more or less talk about the page turners club, or earn to learn club. Over to you, Anshav.
Thank you so much, Vinaya. I think it is such a wonderful introduction, and thank you so much for the same. Uh, I am here only for a purpose of working towards one common mission of one earth, one future, one family. And that's a very important mission which has been kind of spreading its wing all across the world. And it is very, very important that we treat everybody as one family today, leaving behind our differences. And we are different culture, and I think India is one of the country which is actually holds multicultural diversity within the same country. So today we are just looking at talking about just want to kind of spread talk about little bit on this Kargil Vijay Diwas. It's a very important day for us when people, other countries have tried capturing India in a more terrorizing manner, and how we recaptured our, the Kargil war, which is very famously known as on 26th of July, we actually overcame, or regain our independence, kind of, which we could have lost with that. Of course, it was more prominent to the Kashmir side of it, but it could have led to other places in the country. Now, why this is so important day for us today is because when we took our pledge on 15th August 2021, which is 2 years ago, we took a financial freedom pledge. The reason was that 75 years ago, almost 76 now, we got our independence after 755 years of dependence, or basically, we were kind of ruled by multiple people or multiple countries out there. It has given us a lot of loss of wealth, prosperity, reputation, and even people or the leaders. And today, if you see it around, the one of the biggest challenge is that while we are physically free, but 90% of the businesses are owned by the foreign investors. Now that's a very difficult situation because all the businesses even which are happening in India are actually external companies. One of the reasons because of which Tesla was kind of could not establish in India their setup is because they were forced to manufacture their parts in India so that it can generate employment for the country. Now, the point here is that is one aspect of it. So when we work towards mission zero unemployment, one of the important thing is that everybody becomes financially free. So that when every person becomes financially free, then our entire India can become a financially free country. So that we can have more income rather than looking at more of the expenses. And that is why this Page Turners Club, if you see the way it is written, and thanks to Vinaya for giving such a wonderful name out there and the way it has been done, this is the world's first club which actually generates passive income for you rather than using it as an expense. You would have heard about joining clubs where you have to constantly invest or put money into that, but this is the only club which actually gives you back the money. We'll talk about more about it, but without wasting too much of time, I would actually want to now uh, introduce my co-founder, Dr. Vinaya. Dr. Vinaya, but before I introduce her, okay, so let me just talk about a little bit more. Let me talk about the story of a woman and her strength in comparison to diamond and the process of transforming a coal into a diamond. Once upon a time, there lived a young girl named Evangeline. She was 19 years old and was full of life, dreams, and aspirations. She had a strong sense of self. Uh, okay, so she has a strong sense of self. Sorry. Rooted in the values and the beliefs of her parents. Little did Evangeline know that what life had in store for her. At 19, Evangeline found herself in an incredibly difficult and abusive situation. Everything around her seemed to fall apart as she was in a state of affliction and taken advantage of by people she thought she could trust. She felt trapped and helpless and found it hard to escape from her situation. Despite the darkness that surrounded her, Evangeline chooses to remain strong. She was determined to make a difference in the world and use her struggles to make a positive impact. Despite the pain and the hardship, Evangeline kept her head held high and worked hard to achieve her dream. Evangeline made her dream a reality to bring soulful smiles to 1 million people, and her story inspired countless others. Let me now introduce you to Dr. Vinaya to make the difference in the world by awakening the golden bird inside ourselves and spreading soulful smiles. Let as she says that our smiles can reach far beyond our own bubble. And I know she's probably thinking why I'm not smiling, but that's how I am, Vinaya. Creating a domino effect of joy and connection across the world. And that's how she brings the smiles on the faces. Let's take the time to awaken our inner golden bird and spread its light and love to the world. Let's give a big round of applause to this Evangeline who has taken up a next global mission to Bringle 1 billion soulful smiles. And she always says that together we can make a difference. So over to you, Vinaya. Just would like to know a little bit about you in just one, two liners which you want to add up.
Thank you, Anshav. I am sure, always reiterating this story and then bringing me back into, taking me back into some, 25 years back. And it really, really, really means a lot. Yes, of course. When I met exactly a year back, or more than a year back now, I must say one year, 1 month, right, in a speaking event in Mumbai where we got connected. And it's always like that, when you connect people with your smiles. I still remember, and I'm sure all the people over here, that is Anamika ma'am, Jamsho sir, Dheeraj sir, and they will agree to it that We just met for few minutes and few time, like it might be a very short period of time, and I think I was stealing a lot of time in between the event and then trying to connect with people. And yes, of course, smile is something which can make a difference, and it can bring a lot of change in people's life. So no matter what happens and no matter what we are, so here we are, and thanks to Bringle, who has helped me. The entire team Bringle has helped me to come up with my own startup, and in a very beautiful way. Whether it is Sharmila ma'am, Aishwarya ma'am, or Anshav, they have always lifted me high in telling that, okay, this can be done, because I was literally zero when it comes to startup. Because if you ask me education sector, I will tell a lot of things about it. I can talk hours and hours together when it comes to education sector, but when it comes to a startup, when it comes to doing something, I was doing it in a very bits and a very small way in which I could manage to do it with my school children or to all the kids whom I teach. But yes, now with the initiative of Ghar Ghar Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, and taking this miles long ahead with the pAGE tURNERS Club, stay tuned to know more about the pAGE tURNERS Club. Over to
Thank you
you,
so
Ansha.
much, Vinaya, for again sharing a little great introduction about yourself. And Page Turners Club is one of those areas where we are trying to bring soulful smiles to 1 billion people by generating passive income for them so that they can, they can become financially free and eventually the country and the world. So now, before I move forward, let me now just introduce my next co-founder, Sharmila. But before I introduce, I would actually want, you know, I would actually want to talk a little bit different about her. So let me introduce this ever smiling lady, Shamila Divatia. Even when she is in deep pain, you will find a smile on her face while tears may come down through her eyes. Who got cerebral palsy at the age of almost 6 years, followed by 30 days of coma and then paralysis, leaving her with a loss of sight and immovable body. And how she has taken that journey in the last 50 plus years and what drives her today, even after what she has gone through in so many years. And now running three organizations after serving 3 decades in the corporate sector and 2 decades in the social impact arena, NGOs, and working with the government of India as a resource person. As she sincerely believes in one thing for everyone, disability is just an inconvenience. So let us join hands together and welcome this strong hearted young lady of 58 years who is going to leverage her journey of 5 plus decades for Lucky Bagh. And Sharmila, I would request if you could just talk about little bit about Lucky Bagh and how you are going to leverage Lucky Bagh and Page Turners Club together, especially for the underprivileged youth and children of our country.
Thank you, Aisha. And it's a delight to be here. Really. I have I have people from my childhood sitting here in the and it's an honor. So yes, when you talk of Lucky Bagh is an initiative to transform 1 lakh youth and children in every city of all the 700 districts of the country. So you have all states covered across the country. So when you look at Lucky Bagh, I look at what problems we face in the country. Majorly 4 issues that we look at. Uh, First off is unskilled youth. Second, when you are looking at skilling that youth, we need to enhance the teachers' quality. And the third is individuals, mind, body, and soul transformation. Because a healthy mind is what is needed, a healthy body is what is essential. And the last but not the least, when you look at accessibility, or I should say inaccessibility, with respect to age and disability. For me, that is a personal challenge uh, all through my life. And I will face it till the day I die. Because I live with disability and I am aging every single second of this life. So I have a very uh, holistic approach to skills development to transform youth and children of the country. Before I end my life, I would want to look at research and innovations. I would want to have the country as a startups capital, and I would want healthcare to be a big part of this entire system. So yes, eventually you are looking at empowering youth, equipping youth with skills that they will need in the future. And definitely when you are looking at the youth, how you want to leverage what our demographic dividend exists today. 54% of the Indian population is less than 30 years. So why would I not look at putting that, that power to raise the country to a level where we are number one without bias of gender, sexuality, and disability. So that's where
Very
I come
nice.
from. Thank you.
Wonderful thought, Shamila, and I think I'm sure we will be having an accessible and inclusive society or environment rather than just looking at benefiting certain parts of the sector. And 70% of Indian population actually falls below the poverty line, and we need to take care of them as well. So Lucky Bagh is definitely one of the important initiative out there. Thank you so much for your contribution, and looking forward to work with you further to transform India into a self-sustainable, environmental friendly, and financially independent economy, leading to zero unemployment and net zero. With this, I would like to invite my next, or just introduce my next co-founder, Aishwarya Magesh, who is also the co-founder at AbleCart, and how she's driving the entire health and accessibility ecosystem. But let me just introduce this dyslexic mother of a premature boy leading to disabilities, who is now on a mission to prevent any health issues for each of you so that you don't have to say goodbye too soon to the people you love. She is on a mission to prevent any health issues for each of you, which could lead to diseases, disability, age related challenges, or even death. So let us join hands and wish Aishwarya Magesh a very all the best, as she is now working to develop an AI and blockchain based holistic health management ecosystem. Aishwarya, I would like to request you to talk about little bit about AbleCard and what work you are going to add with respect to this Page Turners Club.
Thank you, Ansha. Uh, for health, we would like to create a system, holistic health system to prevent health, hazardous health diseases and not communicable diseases. We want to even prevent the disability or any kind of diseases that is prone to happen. How we are helping this Page Turners Club is that we would like to provide insurance to every student so that their health and health needs are taken care of financially, and it helps their family also to be aware of the financial needs of health, and their family is also covered with that. So every individual will have some kind of support for health
and their health financial planning will be part of the system. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya. And with this, I would actually want to now do a curtain raiser of the India, for our today's event, East India Regional Center. And before that, let me just talk about a little bit about India, why we are doing this. So India, Bharatvarsh, had so much of wealth and prosperity for 5,000 plus years that everyone wanted to rule us. सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ or Awakening the Golden Bird, an idea of a book in English that took strong roots when we took the Financial Freedom Pledge on 15th August 2021 on our 75th Independence Day and was shaped up and launched on 26 January 2022 on the Republic Day. This book, Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao, is split into two volumes, Volume 1 on Mission Zero Unemployment and Volume 2 on Mission Net Zero, and is based on all the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals for the holistic transformation of any individual, organization, or a country. We at Bringle UK and India and Vardhan for You are committed to transform India into a self-sustainable, environmental friendly and financially independent economy leading to zero unemployment and net zero. We are glad to share with you that 100% of the profits of both volumes of the book, Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, magazine, Awakening the Golden Bird, merchandise, and all the success festival tickets and everything goes towards providing education, employment, and entrepreneurship opportunities to the underprivileged youth and children of our country through our NGO partner, Vardhan for You. And with this, I would just quickly want to share my screen for the curtain raiser event and would like to take your help and say, let's speak loud. Jagao, jagao, har ghar sone ki chidiya ko jagao, awakening the golden bird inside every household.
पंखों को फैलाने दो उसे फिर से, जहां में ऊंचा उड़ जाने दो फिर से। बेरोजगारी को मिटाना है, पढ़ाई का सबक सिखाना है मिलकर। पढ़ाओ यारो सोने की चिड़िया को, जगाओ यारो
So with this, thank you so much for being there.
Thank you, Answer.
And with
We're
this, I would
now
like to hand this SKCKG patent to Shreya. Shreya is our another colleague who is a young and budding entrepreneur who is trying to mark a different, industry innovations in the country, and would like to request her to take the things forward from here. Welcome, Shreya.
Thank you so much, sir. Good evening to everyone. Um, so my name is Shreya, and I, as well as a classmate of mine, have started a company recently, an event management company. And I'm delighted to introduce our esteemed speakers for today. Um, let me begin with introducing Soma Sarkar ma'am, who has contributed immensely by translating our book's cover page into Bengali. 24 years at DPS, donning many hats as a class teacher, an English and SSC coordinator, a house warden in the primary wing as well. She has hosted various contests organized as well as organized Olympiads in the primary wing. For the past 6 years, she has shifted to online teaching due to relocating to Kolkata, but she now works as a PTE and a IELTS trainer and is also associated with various NGOs in Bangalore and Delhi as an online English teacher. I will hand it over to Sharmina ma'am to introduce our speaker, this Mrs. Soma Sarkar ma'am.
Thank you, Shreya.
Uh,
Uh,
Shreya, thank you so much for the introduction. And I think I would just want to thank Soma Sarkarji for translating the book cover on this. And we will definitely connect back with you for the book, the other book, complete book translation as well. Uh, so from here, Shreya, considering that there are guests waiting, could you please introduce Dheeraj sir first, and then we will come back to Soma Sarkar ma'am.
Sure,
Thank you.
of
Thank you.
course. Thanks. So I will introduce Dr. Dheeraj Mehrotra sir. Dheeraj Mehrotra sir is an academic evangelist, a former school principal with over 30 years of experience as an academician with expertise in implementing PQM, quality circles, experimental learning, 5S, and all in academics. As a National Teacher Awardee in the year 2005, he was honored by the President of India, APJ Abdul Kalam. He has published over 45 books, including a computer science series for classes 1 to 12 for the CPSE curriculum, and has trained over 8,000 teachers globally on classroom management, NLP, quality management, and Six Sigma in academics. He has been recently recognized by the Limca Book of Records and India Book of Records for developing maximum number of educational appliances for the Google Play Store in India. He is a premium Udemy instructor with over 200 courses with an enrollment of 4 lakhs covering 180 countries. He is also a TEDx speaker and a CPC master trainer representing Center of Excellence CBC for various teacher training programs. Thank you so much, sir, for coming for our event. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Whatever we said, that was in a very small, just if I go reading and if you go following him in several websites of his, it's a huge thing. I know his delegates are waiting, and he's going to surely kill me if I take more time. Over to you, sir.
No, no, not like that. Thank you so much. And first of all, congratulations, Mr. Anshav. And it is what you're
Thank you, sir.
doing is the thoughts and the memories of people, And Madam Vinaya, I'm really impressed by the way the thought you carry. I don't know how it gets implemented, but for sure it is somewhat like a novel cause. I won't call it as an NGO work because that is done for support, but also to save taxes and other things. But here I could feel that it is a human approach, which probably people think of and never dream to do. Aisa hona chahiye, but you are making it possible. So let me first of all convey my regards and gratitude to you guys for actually taking this as a cause, and I would be so very happy to support you in any and every spectrum if I'm required to, because what other speakers, other founders, co-founders, I'm sorry, have shared about it, like it is an eye opener. In fact, how you people are, carrying it forward with the spectrum of so much of, say, like you are carrying a Kaizen umbrella of SDG, and that for say is a wonderful thought and action in demand. So my credits to you all, and wonderful Shreya. I appreciate your deliberation, and may God bless you for your startup, for the event company. I think they will be the best person to hire you or give you some projects. for their, city level some assignments. So God bless you. And I should tell you my dedication to Madam Sarkar and the other ladies who talked about. I'm sorry I can't recollect the names, but for sure, thank you so very much for having me this evening. And it is just not like a praise, but a desire which you're making it possible for every needy in any direction. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
sir.
such a short and a very, very precise points out there. Thank you so much, Dr. Dheeraj.
Thank you so much, sir, for those wise words. Thank you. We shall now proceed to Sunil Goenka, sir. Sunil sir is a chief mentor at Nova Real-Time Solutions LLP and is a practicing business communication professional with expertise in business development and has over 20 years of sales and marketing experience in diverse domains from EOUs, paper, cement, apparel, education, and media. He specializes in corporate and marketing communications and manages diverse industry and trade portfolios. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Over to you, Sir Sunil, sir.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and thank you, Anshay, for the opportunity. I'm so sorry. I'm actually in an event, so you'll have to pardon me for my video. Video clip. I'm sure you're doing a fabulous job. I always am very keen to support you. So Sone ki Chidiya Jagao, that's a wonderful initiative, and what you're doing is amazing. As you know, I'm also doing things on my own. Trying to build up an ecosystem where other entrepreneurs progress and become very visible. Uh, have conducted the Mumbai Entrepreneurs Award. I've conducted the Kolkata Entrepreneurs Award, where we have organically picked up entrepreneurs who are doing amazingly well, who are contributing to the growth of the nation. So we have been picked, and now we're going to do this in Bangalore. So my vision also accentuates with your vision, and I hope it leads to India becoming a global giant, and that's what the aim is. And my best wishes are with you, Anshul, and you can always count on me for support. And thank you so much again. I guess I
Thank you
have.
so much. Thank you so much, Sunilji. And we would love to take entrepreneurship award and entrepreneurship story in Bangalore for you for Nova Real Time. And I remember you invited me in Mumbai entrepreneurship story in Mumbai as a speaker. And that video is also there on our sonekichidiya.org website. So really, thank you for that. You're doing an amazing job. You
Thank
have
you so much.
set it this path on in Mumbai and Kolkata, and you being from Kolkata can really help us out to spread the wings of golden
Absolutely.
birds all
Thank you.
across the East India. So would love to work with
Thank you.
you,
Thank you.
not only
Thank
just
you.
East and West India, but also in South India as well now. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Shreya, you can probably introduce Mr. Maika and Jaria now. I'll just put this.
Sure, sir. I shall now introduce Mrs. Anamika Anjaria, ma'am. She is the founder and managing director of Rangoli Group of Institutions, which operates 55 plus preschool and 2 CBSE schools in Gujarat. She has pioneered various innovative concepts in the field of learning during her stint of 24 years as a teacher and administrator with various reputed institutions. She has diverse teaching and administrative experience of various educational boards, including state boards, central board, international boards, and universities. Mrs. Anamika Anjaria ma'am inspires women to start venturing into the educational field by her venture into the Rangoli preschool franchise. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Shreya. It's wonderful to see Dr. Vinaya after a year. First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Jain, Dr. Vinaya for the wonderful work which they are doing And when I met Vinaya before a year, I still remember that wonderful smile on her face, and smile, dream,
Always.
achieve. That's the most important thing which I always connect with Vinaya. And whenever I am thinking about her, that big smile comes on my face as well. That's something wonderful which I love and like about her. And you won't believe, Vinaya, but when I have seen this awakening the golden bird Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao in your WhatsApp status or somewhere where I was just browsing the net and everything, and I thought this is something really amazing which you have associated with or started with, because I was not aware actually what it is. But the phrase which you people have coined out, that is something really touching and very connecting to each and every Indian. Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao. That's really wonderful initiative, and there are words also which you have associated with the very essence of Indianhood. Because what happens is, as today is Kargil Vijay Diwas, and as Mr. Jain has rightly said that we all are Indians, and my schools are there in the vicinity of all the forces people, and that is the Army,
Oh,
CRPF, and BSF. So my 90% of the students are from the forces. So Indianhood and brotherhood is there in the blood of each and every child of mine and the teacher. And I always talk about it in my assemblies that we are here and India is going to rock in the next year. So no brain drain. And we all are going to be here and doing a great thing. And as Shreya has rightly mentioned in my introduction, that we are the people who are there working with the minds of the people and with the lots of ladies who have started the journey of entrepreneurship. As Mr. Jain was rightly saying, that we are the people, we need to give the opportunity to the fellow citizens so that India could again become the Sone ki Chidiya once again. And once again, I would like to thank and congratulate both of you and the other co-founders. As I know Vinaya, I'll probably say Dr. Vinaya and Mr. Jain, but wonderful initiative which you people have taken. And I am based in Gujarat. Vinaya knows me personally, so anything which where I could able to be helpful in this mission, I would be ready to be with you and work in hand with you. Thank you so much.
thank you so much, ma'am. And I think
Thank
you
you.
should meet our co-founder Sharmila, who is based out of Gujarat,
Gujarat.
Vadodara. And in fact, just 4 days back, 22nd of July, we did the Western India curtain raiser launch. And she's also already have started working with Rotary International because she's a president in one of the clubs out there. And she's actually working with many schools right now to deploy this Page Turners Club under the banner of Lucky Bag, which she
Nice.
mentioned.
So I
So
request Dr. Vinaya to share the numbers and
Sure.
get both of us connected.
We will. We will surely, ma'am. 101%. We are looking forward to come and meet you also. In that way, we'll be there in Gujarat.
Waiting for you.
I'll be really glad to be connected, Madam. It'll be a good initiative to keep talking with people like you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh, thank you so much, ma'am. And we will go to now. And thank you so much, Ji, for waiting for our speakers to complete. We will definitely want to come back to you now. You've done a really good help to us to translate the book cover for us. It's such a wonderful thing. Over to you, Shreya. Could you please introduce Somaji a little bit, and then we, give her a minute to speak.
Sure, sir. I'm delighted to introduce Soma Sarkar ma'am, who has contributed immensely by translating our book's cover page into Bengali. 24 years at DPS, donning many hats as a class teacher, English and SSC coordinator, house warden in the primary wing as well. She has hosted various contests and organized Olympiads in the primary wing. For the past 6 years, she has shifted to online teaching due to relocating to Kolkata, but now works as a PTE and an IELTS trainer. She is also associated in various NGOs in Bangalore and Delhi as an online English teacher. Thank you so much for being here, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, all of you. Thank you, Shreya. for introducing me. I'm very, I mean, I was hearing all of you from 7 p.m. and it was, for me, it was a totally a new dimension because I have been a teacher, no wonder in the field of education, but entrepreneurship and working in depth in such a vast, I mean, it's very difficult for me to comprehend, I'm really overwhelmed. Let me get grounded again. Sharmila has been my childhood friend. We studied in Rosary School, Baroda. Then I went to Ahmedabad, and then to cut the long story short, I was a teacher, as Shreya has introduced me. And then after shifting to online teaching, I had an exposure to variety of people and variety of teaching philosophies or methodologies and different type of needs required. Because the people are working here, I've been also, involved in SSB, that is army training, training soldiers who will be appearing for the SSB exam. Then I have been associated with Sunai Foundation, which is a foundation in Delhi, and I teach the children of migrant laborers. So, I'll just give you very small inputs because I think I don't want to, bore you as such. What I found while teaching these children, that their parents never put them to school because their parents themselves don't have a secure future. They will be working in Delhi for few months, then they may be shifting to Hyderabad or maybe Gujarat. So their children never went to school or they go to school. So this foundation encourages these children with midday meals and certain, some small rewards or books or such things to encourage them to come and study. But there too, I found while teaching, like I started teaching, and then I started teaching with 6 children, and every day my list increases because the earlier ones leave and some new ones come in, because either they are not interested or they have some problem at home where parents are not interested. So I think a large number of children fall in this category. And that too, I'm talking about an NGO in Delhi where the children stay in the slums of Vasant Kuj, one of the poshest area in the capital of India. So you can imagine what is happening in other parts of India. Then I'm also associated with a well-known NGO in Bangalore called Pratibha Poshak. So here is an NGO which picks up children from government school. They give a scholarship exam. Whoever passes that exam, this institute encourages them. Like I'm their English teacher, they have teachers teaching their physics, maths, and all. And here I found the children very sincere, very dedicated. They sit at home and study. But same problem, internet issues. Many of them face that. Second thing is they live in a room probably with a lot of family members. So they have a lot of these disturbances, with the TV going on, or parents or people coming here. And they don't have that, what to say, the serenity or peace to sit at a place and study. So I felt that I should use this experience with you because you all are stalwarts. What I heard, Dr. Malhotra, then the other people here. So I felt that let me share my experience without going into what I said. I'm sorry. I felt I should share my own experience because that is from the horse's mouth. So now you people can ask me if you want to.
Yeah.
Basically, IELTS is there and PT is there. That is
Sure.
what Madam Anamika said, that people brain drain should be stopped. But in fact, I'm encouraging brain drain as well because I'm training those people to go abroad. A very mixed sort of classes
Somaji,
I'll be
I
taking here.
think you have brought up three important points in your discussion, in your points. The first point you mentioned about internet issues. Believe me, that problem is there not just in one place, but more than 70% places of our country today. And even in the metros, like the place where I am sitting in right now, I don't get internet. I have to get the Wi-Fi. Otherwise, I don't even get the phone calls. So, that is the problem which will be there because of the concrete jungles we are living in. Now, the challenge here is how do you make sure that you work? So that is why we are developing something called Bringleverse, which is Bringle Metaverse, which is the world's first teacherless internet free platform. Now, when I say teacherless, the reason is More than 70% of the educational institution does not have the right teachers. Even in the best of the schools, they struggle with the good quality of teachers. Vinaya being a principal at IPS Bangalore, she knows what are the challenges which she faces. Anamika ji would know what are the challenges of good teachers availability out there. And this is what I think everywhere it's coming up as a big problem. So we are creating a platform which can work on an autonomous bot, which works on an AI generated, we call it as conversational AI, but we'll talk about that later. It is not the event for the same. We are going to demonstrate a little bit about that in our success festival from 19 to 21st of August. So all of you are going to be requested to join that and see the world of transformation into education, skill development, entrepreneurship, and many other areas. The another aspect you mentioned about is about the brain drain, which you're talking about. See, while it is important to know the other cultures, other things, we need to work around if the opportunities, we need to make it more and more in our country itself. And that is why we are focusing on schooling the next 10 million entrepreneurs, developing the, transforming the, or I would say unleashing the 1 million startups and funding the next 100 unicorns of the India. That is going to be the one of the major initiatives which we are doing so that our talent does not has to go out when we can retain them here. In fact, during the Ukraine war, Prime Minister Modi had released a statement saying that why don't you make medical colleges inside the country so that billions of dollars does not go outside. And that is what the whole initiative of bringing this inclusive and accessible virtual skill development center. So we'll talk about that more. But that's a wonderful part you have brought in on that aspect, and it has to be there everywhere. The third aspect you brought about is that there is not a coherent ecosystem available in terms of the places. So what the Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao centers we are establishing under Lucky Bagh or even pAGE tURNERS Club with the schools and all, we are setting up after school programs wherein we will be leveraging the existing school institution. There are 15 lakh plus schools and around 35,000 plus colleges in our country, apart from 1,000 plus universities. So we are going to leverage these places where we are going to bring these people out there, work with them with organization where we can take the CSR funding and find out the best of the talents from our country. And that is why we are doing this curtain raiser in the entire country out there, all the 28 states and 8 union territories of the country. We are starting with 12 state clusters, 5 regions, 12 state clusters, and 30 cities, which is our vision 2025. But eventually by 2030, we are looking to transform 1 billion lives, 1 million businesses, and 100 unicorns with an investment of $1 billion and adding $5 trillion GDP to our country. So really thanks to you for bringing those points, and we would like to work with all of you to work towards it. And we have young entrepreneurs like Shreya, Shubhangi with us, and who have been very instrumental in managing this entire virtual curtain raiser events and even the success festival. They are supporting us on that. We are just starting up a startup success festival just next week from 31st of July. It will be a 5 days program wherein 102 startups would be coming and pitching in front of the investors, and we will be supporting them across the country. So that is not just country, actually across the world for fundraising and business development. We would request all of you to be part of that as well. And 8th of January, 8th of August, as part of August Kranti of Quit India movement, when the Gandhiji started the Quit India movement on 8th July 1942, we are launching a major initiative called Quit Job Movement on the same day in 2023. So I would request all of you to be part of it. So I'm sorry I've taken too much of time, Vinaya. I am really sorry. The way Somaji has brought up here, I got really, really excited to talk about. Sharmila, do you want to say a quick word around that? Then
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Jamsho is waiting. So from Bhutan, so I would want to introduce him quickly.
Yes. Just 1 minute. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
It's not only the Bengali doctor. She's helping us out with Assamese, with Punjabi, and with Oriya as well.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Somaji. I think these are 4 books in your, out of 12 regional books, 4 are into your kitty. So thank you so much for being there.
Welcome. Always welcome.
Great. Thank you so much. And with this, let me just take it back to our speakers. And our next speaker is Jamsho, who is from Bhutan, which is the happiest country in the world.
Shreya, over to you to give the introduction.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I would be delighted to introduce Jamsho sir, who is the founder and CEO of Kelefo Childcare Center. He currently serves as a country manager of South Asian International Association for Early Childhood Care and Development, based in Sri Lanka, and the chairperson of private schools, ECCDs, and institutes under the Sarpang Dzokang Business Development Committee, and also the prominent business member of Bhutan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the BCCI. I'm delighted to have you here, sir. Over to you.
Thank you for accepting this on such a short notice, sir. It's really a pleasure to have you and also to see you once again here, right, Anshav?
Absolutely, Res. Absolutely, yes. Thank you, Dr. Vinaya, for bringing him on board again after our Asia Pacific Curtain Raiser event.
Sir, you
Sir,
are
you are
on
on mute.
mute.
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. Greetings from Bhutan. I like to thank the organizer for having me. Good to see many known faces. I don't know whether Dr. Diraj is online or not, but good to see Sir Anshup, Dr. Vinaya, Dr. Diraj, Madam Ashwarya, and Madam Shreya as well. And of course, the other esteemed speakers. Thank you so much for having me. Very good evening from Bhutan. Well, I feel very excited to share what I know a bit about the Bringle, Sonia, Chidiya, Jagao, awakening the golden bird. Because last time when I was in Bangalore, I get to know more about your company, about the Bringle and Sonia, Chidiya, Jagao. After coming back home, I started going through the book, this one, very beautiful book. Job well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very nice. It's really nice. I've finished all actually, and then
wow.
I've made my wife to go through this. I've made my son to, and then of course, I'll be sharing this book with my friends. They're requesting for this book for so long, so I shared with one of my friends, and then other friends are, and I've given the address. You can order on Amazons and all that. Well, so when I was going through this Sonia Chidiya opening the golden bird, I found out very interesting thing mentioned there. It's about mission zero unemployment, transforming, then transforming India into a self-sustainable and finally independent. Your esteemed organization is doing extremely good job in alerting, capturing the crown glory of India and reawakening and redefining the 3 E's. I think it's education, and the one is employment and entrepreneurship, to ensure that the golden bird spread her wings again and flies, living enlightenment in its flight. So by going through the book, I find it very interesting. So the movement, I got the inspiration from Madam Shreya. So I was very excited to join the group as well. So you all, why entrepreneurship skills are must to develop at young age. So I'll speak that bit later. But as of now, I'm very much, delighted to know about India Razor, and thank you so much for having me today. I'm very much happy and delighted to know a lot of the esteemed speakers here who has of knowledge. And then, as everybody mentioned, from my side, from Bhutan, representing my country, I'll definitely like to be your work. And if there is any space or if there's anything I can be a part of it, definitely I'll join the group and then I'm always there. So count me for that. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. And I think what is more important right now is that we are looking at not just spreading the wings within India. We took 2 years. It's been actually now we are completing our 2 years on our the second anniversary of Success Festival when we took the Financial Freedom Pledge on 15th August 2021. We have actually gotten in. It took almost some time for us to get the goodwill ambassadors within the team, identifying, understanding the model, reaching out to the various people. And today we are proud to say that last year we had set up a word book of records which has got 10,000 plus registrations, 32,000 plus live views, and around 800 plus speakers who have spoken in non-stop 50.5 hours of virtual event, which has got spread across in 110 countries in those 50.5 hours, with a overall reach in 158 countries, all the 6 continents, 21 subcontinents, and 2024 cities globally. And that's a word book of records which we hold. Here we are trying to set up another world record where we are going to do it in a blended event in a multiple physical locations with in and plus in a metaverse 3D virtual platform, which will be connecting multiple locations and multiple people around across the globe. So we would like to invite Bhutan as well to take this entire initiative or Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao Success Festival in Bhutan as well and spread the message of, we call it as spread the Bringle dream wave of inspiring others, help them achieve, and then motivate them to pass it on. We call it as SKCKJ Baton, which we had passed it on to you, sir, on 24th of June, along with Maldives, Sri Lanka, and Nepal representatives. We would like to see how we can support Bhutan as well into that. Not just Bhutan, we are actually being invited by multiple countries right now, including USA, UK, Europe, Australia, Africa, Middle East, and various other regions at this point in time. So we are going to take this wings, the Sone ki Chidiya or the golden bird is going to spread its wings to across the globe, because we believe in one thing: one earth, one family, one future. So we are all together. So whether it is brain drain from India to outside or come outside to India, it comes back. It doesn't matter. It's one family, Somaji. That's what I wanted to share. And it is all about everybody should be happy while keeping integrity or keeping the countries intact. Let's not try to get into somebody else's shoes and take over, that country. I think that mindset has to go. And that if we try to capture somebody, war has not given any benefit to anybody. It has only given losses to people. And nobody likes to lose their freedom. So it's must that we come together and focus on individual freedom, country's freedom, and make it very, very strong. And that is why we want to take this mission of awakening the golden bird inside every household of the world. It is not just an Indian initiative now. And if, sir, Jamshu, thank you so much for reading the book and giving your valuable feedback, because this message has to go everywhere. And believe me, the contents of the book are not limited to India. While the name originated from India, because the book originated in India, but it is not limited to India. So thank you so much for being here. And Anamika ji, you have shared a very wonderful thoughts out there. Would love to take this, entire initiative in all your schools and how we can spread the golden bird wings across Gujarat. We are launching a Gujaratpreneur League with getting inspired from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and we'll be soon releasing that creative as well, with which we'll share it with you.
Definitely.
And
We'll be in touch and take it forward.
Sure. And
super,
we also
super.
have a Gujarati book launched out there, which has been book cover has been translated by Sharmila herself. So we'll be looking forward to see how we can translate the entire book, both volumes, plus add more articles and have your article as well in the Gujarati version of the book. So we'll be looking forward for the same.
Definitely.
Thank
Super.
you so much.
Thank
And
you.
Jamshodji, I would just want to speak to you offline. We'll have to have a virtual call, how we can leverage Bhutan as one of the most prominent travel countries, because you seems to be the happiest country of the
Yeah.
world. So we
Yes.
would want to bring our, citizens from this country and maybe other countries as well to Bhutan and see how we can help them making happy and see how Bhutan is leveraging the happiness index, which is at highest at this point in time.
Yes. And also to add up, sir, thanks for reading that book. And we are on our way to give you this volume two as well. So, very shortly, we will be giving you volume two too. So, thanks for giving that good feedback and looking forward for your article as well in that book.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so with this, we will just move to our next guest, who has actually sent a wonderful video to us because he could not join, but he wanted to be part of with us. And that is why he has shared that video. But before we share his video, I would like Shreya to introduce him first.
Sure, sir. Let me introduce Jayanta Chakrabarti, sir. He is the co-founder and chief mentor of Ascentric Global, a platform of global consultancy and experts. He is a sustainable growth acceleration expert and has mentored and coached SMEs, startups, entrepreneurs, CEOs, and managers, growth investors, as well as social impact change agents. He has done thought-provoking and transformational workshops for brands like Tata, LIC, SME Forums, MSME Chamber, India Economic Trade Organization, and many others. His focus areas are leadership and business impact, marketing and sales, customer experience, digital transition, as well as funding. Thank you. We thank sir for sending us the video and participating in our event.
Thank you so much, Shreya, for working it out and managing it so pretty well. And let me just play the video now. Just let me know if the voice is coming in. Just give me the thumbs up, Shreya.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to know that ANSAB is launching Ghar Sone ki Chidiya. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to know that ANSAB is launching Ghar Sone ki Chidiya. He is doing fantastic for the development of the startup community, and this time it is the time for the Eastern India to rise to the occasion. As many of you know that Calcutta was the capital of the entire India once upon a time in the era of the British government. Now time has come to revisit the eastern part of the country, as because the infrastructural support is much better. There are a lot of enthusiasm, lot of support, lot of discussions in various forums regarding the community development and regarding encouraging people to come as an entrepreneur, as a job creator, not as a job seeker. And now is the time. Many platform in Kolkata also doing these things. Few days back there was a big event from the Thai. NASCOM is doing a lot of things. Many other chambers are also trying to do that. In fact, actually the entrepreneurs, the startups especially, they need a lot of hand holding. In our country, actually, we have never learned to encourage failure. Now is the time that we should learn these things, because new thing many times it fails, and after so many failure the right solution may come. So we need to have this confidence, we need to have this empathy for the startup, so that we'll be helping them, we'll make them feel that they are here to succeed, not to failure. With this, I wish my very best wishes to Bringle Talks and the main pioneer of Bringle, Ansel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights. And I think I really like the way you have connected East India being the capital of the country during the, British era. And, and that's how actually it started. It used to call East India Company, that's how they enter. While Kolkata was being developed as one of the prominent city, but it somehow has got left out over a period of time. I had an opportunity to meet, Mr. Meghdut Rai Chaudhary and Pauline, who is his wife, who are working very much towards environmental and educational sustainability and various other aspects around that. And they hold an organization called Techno India. And I was seeing the way they're focusing on the initiatives called Making Calcutta Relevant Again in the CCU festival, where Able Card, one of our cohort startup, and even Bringleverse was one of the top 88 startups in Kolkata. I had actually got an opportunity to meet a lot of people out there, right from Atal Incubation Mission and various other venture capitalists of the country. And the way Calcutta is now growing, it has changed a lot. It's not the same Calcutta it used to be. A lot of developments have happened. Lot of work is happening out there, and I would really want to see Kolkata coming back again with the very its own vigor and vitality, and the growth curve. And not just Kolkata. With this initiative of East India Curtain Raiser, we want to take it up all across the East India, including the Assam, the Seven Sister States, and many other places. That is why two major book regional languages would be put up out there to cover almost every entire East India: Bengali and Assamese, which are the two prominent languages. These are two out of top 12 spoken languages in the country. There are around 22 official regional languages, which this book will be translated by next year. But this year we'll be translating them into 5 regional books, then to 12 regional books, regional languages, and finally to 22 regional languages books, so that we can cover entire India of 28 states and 8 union territories by 2025, and will be available in 30 cities out there, covering all these states and union territories. So that's the vision for us with respect to Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao. With this, I would want to give it back to my co-founder, Dr. Vinaya. Otherwise, I'll keep talking. So considering the time, over to you, Dr. Vinaya.
Thank you. Thank you. So the next slide, please, and then I'll take it ahead. Thank you, Anshav. I know we keep reminding you about the time, but yeah, we have to do it. So sorry. Yeah, let's just talking little more about our another one of the parallel initiative which we are going through, which is very close to my heart as well as Sharmila ma'am's heart too. And I always I'm happy also that recently my daughter too joined with me in the same thing as for reduce, reuse, and recycle, where she also talks a lot about carbon and physics. Like science is completely beyond my topic, but still. So just on a quick note that with this of Har Ghar Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao, we also are looking forward to make a change in the society in respect to reducing, reusing, and recycling, where we also call it as RRR, and how we have connected the reduce, reuse, and recycle to RRR. Reducing consumption to the essentials and minimizing our ecological footprints, and by using the resources wisely, as we always say, and adopting eco-friendly practices, we lessen the demand for the raw materials, energy, and thereby reducing the greenhouse emissions, which is at a very large extent everywhere. So at Bringle, or I will say with today's initiative or theme of the day, as we call it as the pAGE tURNERS Club, we strive to educate and inspire the youth to make conscious choices and contribute to the reducing environmental impact. Reusing items instead of discarding them in a powerful way to extend their lifespan. In our previous West India, we had one of a child who very beautifully, a small child of grade 7 had beautifully made a brick out of plastic and grated a plastic and a glue and paper. And really the way he explained out that how I'm going to help and how I'm going to make sure that the plastic is reused. So that's what a pAGE tURNERS Club, that's what Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao. And at Bringle, we promote that recycling initiatives and foster a culture for responsible waste management along the youth as well. Our RRR campaign, which we connected to reuse, reduce, and recycle, is also towards another turn towards it called as Run, Ride, and Ramble, which is designed to mobilize the young change makers towards a greener, cleaner future through sports events, awareness, drives out the community engagements, and we instill the values of RRR, equipping the youths with the tools to become environmental conscious leaders. And as we celebrate our IPLs of 3 E's, which we already have iterated a lot in our volume 1, which prominently speaks about education, employment, and entrepreneurship, which lies as an innovative, purposeful, and liberating approach that empowers the next generation of change makers who are none other than the schoolpreneurs, collegepreneurs, and the investpreneurs. When we talk about the schoolpreneurs, is nothing but igniting the entrepreneurial spirit from young age of a schoolpreneurs, as we say in the school, as small as K2, that is kindergartners, and trailblazers who are real trailblazers of tomorrow. Through the experiential learning and innovative curricula, the schools can nurture their creativity, problem solving, business equipment. Our schoolpreneur, that is IPL, fosters a confident, visionary leaders who are poised to transform the world. When we talk about collegepreneurs, within the realm of a higher education, collegepreneurs bridge the gap between the theory and the practice. We need to set up some incubators, mentorship, hands on the projects, and then create an ecosystem where the ideas can be flourished into ventures and then take a flight. So our collegepreneur IPL shapes enterprising individuals and ready to take the real world challenges. And then we talk about investpreneurs, the heart of IPL, that is the investpreneurs, fuel up the engines by giving them right innovation. So by investing in promising startups and educational initiatives, we will be contributing to thriving an entrepreneurial ecosystem in our entire. So through our investpreneur, that is IPL, propels a sustainable growth, empowering the education system, fostering the employment opportunities to one and all across there. With the strong feeling of IPL at 3 E's, we envision our future where education drives innovation, employment thrives through entrepreneurship, and investpreneurs campaign the transformative initiatives. Let's unite in this IPL journey, paving the way for dynamic and empowered generation of leaders, innovators, visionaries together. So we soar a new heights of leaders to success and also create a world with the boundaries full of possibilities. So this is our drive through RRR, which we also called as Run, Ride, Ramble. Let's awaken the golden bird within all together. uh, does Sharmila or anyone has to? So now as I take ahead, I know Sharmila ma'am would want to add up of it, because as I said in the start only, this is very much close to my heart. And of course, yes, I got much connected when I got to know that even Sharmila ma'am is much connected. So I think Sharmila ma'am can give her 1 minute bite as well here.
Yeah, like run marathons, go on the racetrack with the bikes, right? And ramble, yeah. So we talk and we write. So both are there. All of it is so well connected with what we do.
Super, super. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. As she said, run, lace up your sneakers and join the movement in running up taking this momentum forward, running the component of RRR with a healthier life while raising awareness about environmental. Ride embrace of two-wheelers and pedals towards a cleaner planet, and ride the element of a campaign which promotes eco-friendly transformations. And ramble, wander with a purpose, explore and immerse yourself to the nature. So rambling aspect of RRR drives and encourages us, as well as we also look forward to encourage the youth to reconnect with the environment and creating a deep sense of appreciation for our planet's beauty, and also the need and urge to protect it. So through rambling, we find harmony in the nature and thus nurturing the golden bird within ourselves. Join us together in this drive of RRR and in the purpose of passion, running, riding, and rambling towards brighter, sustainable, and harmonious future. Let's together awaken the golden bird within each individual and take the flight towards a greener and happier world. So can I have my next slide,
Thank you
please?
so much, Vinaya. I actually want to see if to introduce about together, which is now will be supported by Shubhangi. And Shubhangi, if you are there, could you come on online with respect to video or at least audio? Are you there?
She was there for some time. Yeah, she's there.
Okay, so Shubhangi. Okay, so maybe she's not able to unmute herself right now. So let's come back to that. But would like to definitely talk about what she's working towards together, because together is going to play a major important role when it comes to Triple R. And Triple R is also one of the very famous song which or the movie which has got the the Oscar time. So we are very fortunate or we are very happy to use this. And this also aligns with the government initiative of reduce, reuse, recycle of the plastics in the country. Uh, I think from this, I would really want to take up to the actual reason or the page turners club for which you have been waiting for so far. So Vinaya, I am just switching on the slide and over to you back again.
Thank you. Learn to Earn Club, as Anshav said earlier, also in Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao or Awaken the Golden Bird Within You, we are looking forward to have our own world's first club which generates a passive income for each and everybody. As I said that I'm also a part of lot of clubs, like from if I say clubs, then I would say Rotary and Dhwani, which is a singing club. We're also a part of AFS. We see that we put in a lot of money every year. Of course, yes, this money would be used. I'm not saying that they're not using this money in a right place. They're using this money for a right place and a right purpose. But we launching this particular club where we are aiming to make our country's youth into, or I will say not only youth, I go more into youth because I'm into more of education sector. So making each and every person, taking them towards a financial freedom, which is very, 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 very important. For this financial freedom, as we say that we have seen our youngsters moving out of our country, but we looking forward that we have our youngsters in our country rather than moving outside. Throwing more lights on what is this club all about. We have several sections of this club where we basically have launched it in our school as well, where we take them and we teach them about three major aspects, that is leading and writing and co-authoring of books, public speaking, business influences and digital marketing, and innovation, financial literacy and entrepreneurship, which we have aligned it with our new NEP policy. So that is co-authoring books, business influences, and if you want to know about more that why and how it is helpful to each one of you, so in this clubs we help the people to transform into a leader. Student and teachers development programs are aligned with it. Entrepreneurship incubation centers are being set up, so we also are being a part of setting up the incubation centers and helping the young ideas to come forward, give them an experiential and learning gamified programs, as Anshav said that we are into building up a metaverse platform for them so that they can have the real life experiences in them. Giving more and more aspects, or you can say more weightage to research and innovation laboratories, designing a lot of things and bringing it up. We are also looking forward, and we are also raising up our own Design Your Unicorn 1 billion fund, leading eventually into a financial freedom country, and also giving each and every person a cash flow management and operational excellence and digital transformance. This can be for any sectors, whether it is a school sector, college sector, or even for a common man. If I'm not into a school, if I'm not into a college or anywhere, I can still take it ahead. Going further, and how this can be helpful, if I can be taken to the next slide. Yes, as I say, financial freedom. So my CEO, that I am sure this word CEO attracts a lot of people. Even it started attracting me. So maybe I was a little more attracted to this word when I call my children, that is my students, as my CEO of my school. So empowering the youth, empowering the next generation into futuristic career counseling. So giving them a proper career counseling and giving them a proper communication skills, which can ensure that these kids are ready for the industry. So making them industry ready, and also also giving them a lot of not only industry ready, but also giving them this employability skills. Now, when I say employability skills, is also not only making them ready for the jobs, but making them ready to create the job opportunity. So developing an entrepreneur or entrepreneurial mindset, offering them a proper financial literacy, so that you cannot become an entrepreneur without knowing numbers. And I'm very bad with that, and I completely agree with that. So people should not be like me when it comes to numbers. So giving them a proper financial literacy, and at the last, motivating them to be an innovator, because each person is special, as we always say, and motivating them, helping them to nurture their innovations, and creating more and more startups, giving them a hand holding, taking them towards the investors. That is my CO, which we do it in our schools as well as in the colleges. And taking it ahead, can I have my next slide? Yes, none other than our great founder, that's Anshav, who's master in the trainer programs, and he has actually learned it by Braille Singer, right? Yeah, and
Yeah,
he
Blair
applies all
Singer.
this. Blair Singer, he applies all this trainer programs. I think he will be able to explain it much more nicer way. We can only tell, me, Aishwarya and Sharmila can only tell that he always takes a gun and then start shooting. Okay, start your training. And it's very, very true that if we do not keep upskilling ourselves, it is never, we are never being able to be at par with the market, or be at par with the current changing scenarios. So he believes making all of us, each one of us, as a warrior. And that's why we all have our own warrior names in the start. And then uh, whatever warrior name we give, we have been paved through that warrior name. And he gives us a proper training to actually become a serial entrepreneur. Over to you, Anshav. I think he can speak much more better for TTTT.
Thank you so much, Vinaya. And I think, see, one of the major importance why we call it as a warrior. I myself has gone through a enlightened warrior program from my mentors, Robert and Eon from Canada. And the way what I've learned from them, is that once that warrior is set up within inside you, and Blair Singer always says that teachers are leaders. If all our teachers are going to be leaders of the country, if we have to become financially free, irrespective of the age, caste, color, location, gender, we have to have two qualities within us to become a warrior. One is that we should be a good trainer, because that brings you our communication skills, your learning abilities, and things like that. The second, you should be a good entrepreneur, because once you become a good entrepreneur, you would be able to understand how the things being sold out in the market. You may call it as a salesperson, you may call it as a business development expert, you may call it as a branding, but I would call them as an entrepreneur. So once you become an expert and you digitize and monetize your expertise into a passive income model, that is the one of the major aspect we work towards, a model which we call it as expertspreneur. I'll talk more about that eventually on that. Uh, which is basically about, you create yourself as a expertpreneur, which is more of a solopreneur kind of a model. And then you work on an entrepreneur model where you work and understand the 4 areas, 7 pillars, and 105 factors which can make or break the businesses. And this is what we cover up in our Design Your Unicorn methodology, which has been supported for more than 15,000 plus entrepreneurs in my community, in our community today, in the Design Your Unicorn community, along with 350 plus incubation cells of our country. This another platform or another aspect I would want to add here as well, called Investpreneur. Investpreneur is one of a specific, training, come mentoring, or can supporting platform, ecosystem development platform, wherein you also, being an investor, you should think like an entrepreneur. If you invest in a company, unless you know how the company runs, you don't know how to evaluate a startup. Where do you invest? So you need to learn a certain parts of the game in terms of how to evaluate a company, how to talk to the founders, how to understand whether their startup is going to become a unicorn or not over a period of time. And I myself is certified from TiE Mumbai and Sanjay Mehta, who has invested more than 160 personal innovations and is running personal investments and is running an organization called 100x.vc. So I work with more than 50 plus venture capitalists and angel investors and around 3,000 plus angel investors in the country today. We understand this ecosystem, and we have been able to bring that out together to create this page turners club, which is going to be the life. What I would say, it's going to be a lifetime memberships where you actually come into the ecosystem and we pay you back the money or help you to generate the passive income for yourself. There are different options available. So this is for your expertpreneur, entrepreneur, and investpreneur. It is irrespective of the age, caste, color, creed, and other things. But one of the major initiative which we are launching in the schools and colleges right now in three major clubs for the school children and the college students. These are called as learn to earn clubs. This can be done by again adults as well, and we are running these training programs in very structured ecosystem. Within that, as Sone ki Chidiya ko Jagao, centers, collaborating with other schools, colleges, startup ecosystem partners, mentor groups, trainer groups, principal groups, or many other aspect, any other community which we are having. So there are three major aspects which we are going to focus. And believe me, all these three aspects will be required by everybody to be learnt around that. But we will start with one, make you successful in one, help you to earn that money out of that. At least if you can even, and these clubs are designed in such a manner that even a school child can invest in this or in from their own pocket money. They may not need their parents also to invest in this in their learning or education and making them self-sustainable and financially free. While we will take care of making them environmental, keeping them environmental friendly as well. So one of the aspect is which we did it in 2018, co-authoring books wherein multiple aspects of developing reading, writing, creativity, expression, and uh, Vinaya, would you like to talk about a little bit around on these three aspects on what are you bringing in your school right now and to other schools of the country, schools and colleges?
As I would just talk little more about it in a very quick note, because I know time is very short, but the three things which we are starting it up in our school, which is the first one, which is a co-authoring, and in co-authoring we have an entire thing which is like we help them to develop their writing skills and give them a proper creativity. So month wise, day wise, every theme is every day is being mapped up, that how they can really come up with a proper writing samples, writing prompts and sentence structures, creativity. Originality has to be brought out, revising whatever they have written and editing it up and giving them that writing speed, helping them to have a proper right communications, and also help them with digital writing skills and writing assignments. Not only that, when we go to the second matrix, which is empowering themselves in the next 3 months, we give them a right author. We help them to find out the right author and give them introduced to those authors. We plan out a lining of that particular book which they are planning to write out and help the children to actually write those books with a proper teamwork, and also do a conflict resolution in between the students when it comes to marketing that particular book and helping them to have a final practical sessions with them, opening up social media accounts and publishing their books, and also helping them to start a startup at the end. That what helps or comes up in the co-authoring. If I talk about the business influences, right from the day one, observing the leadership qualities, which is very important as a business influencer, then giving them an active participation in several speaking, like Bringle talk, TEDx talks. We are promoting them in a lot of places, giving them a lot of involvement in extracurricular activities, entrepreneurial initiatives and drives, and giving them a lot of platforms where they can be open to the public speaking, enhancing their academic performance, innovative thinking, online presence. Like, I think the whole world is going to go online someday. So making them aware about a proper online presence, collaborating and helping them to have a good teamwork, going further, introducing them to business influencers, building their personal brandings and thought leaderships, effective communications and adapting the change, giving them a thoughtful content creation and marketing, and also at last but not least, collaborative leadership and social responsibility, so that they can actually move ahead in that area or scenario. Introducing towards the business schools, etc. And when I say startup or DYU, when I say talk about startup and DYU from day one, how it comes to is creativity or creating a particular innovation or helping them to have their own innovation initiatives and proactivity, resourcefulness, giving them the right resourcefulness and resources, and also helping them to do a proper project management. Adaptability and resilience, help them to adapt as per the scenarios, because that is very much important for the startups. Helping them with right problem solving and communication skills, giving them financial literacy, time management, marketing and sales information, leaderships and ethic integrity, and then market research validations, product development, prototyping, business planning and financial management, and marketing and sales strategies at the end. So these, I have just given you the gist about what are we doing in our school with these three in day from day 1 to day 31, which is mapped out. So if weekly once we involve in our curriculum, how can we make a change in these young entrepreneurs?
Thank you so much, Vinay. I think that's really, really wonderful. And this is one of the another initiative. And believe me, this is such a cost of effective as we were talking about. It actually starts from just 500 rupees per month. And I think no other club. And the best part is you actually recover your money, maybe 10 times of money by the time you complete your, the program. And it's a lifetime membership model, so you only pay once but you keep earning money again and again and again and again. And that's what it belongs to all the three clubs at Learn to Earn and Page Turners Club. So for more information you can reach us out at our website. You can check website sonegichidiya.org. You will get all information. You can reach us out at the email IDs which are mentioned on that website or the numbers. We would be happy to work with you on that. And not just, of course, this is an East India Curtain Raiser event launch, and this is our practice to launch a particular theme in every region where we go. And this is the theme for today, wherein we are talking about generating passive income and turning, that is why we call it as Page Turners Club. We're actually turning the page right now in a flipping it out actually to generate money for you passively for your lifetime and without actually leaving your job or existing work. And in extra time, we will help you to generate, so that if you want to leave your jobs or work and enjoy your life, travel all across the world, you can actually do so. So that's the whole perspective is what we are looking at. So let's come together and talk to it about it further. So Vinaya, you want to take it up from here?
Yes, thank you. Once again, Learn to Earn clubs, as Anshav said, and enlighten it as per our theme. I would just urge each and everybody who is watching this, will be watching this video, or will be or are watching this video shortly. Join us in this world's first club where we help you to earn money for you. No matter what age you are, no matter what thought processes you are, please come forward and we will help you how to bring your or how to get your idea into a kind of a proper innovation or a proper startup and name them into a very
Absolutely.
yes.
So
And yes.
No, no, that's it. That's it. So it's a wonderful thought, and I think it's more about creating a passive income. Having that financial freedom for each and every individual of our country, and that is the whole model of "Har Ghar Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao"
Chidiya
or
ko jagao.
awakening the golden bird inside every household.
Yes, so taking it ahead from here, would request you to put on the last slide. On behalf of the entire team of Bringle, we extend our heartfelt gratitude for gracing us with your presence and sharing your invaluable insights. This is for one and everybody, every speaker who were there here present. I would be just sharing this once again with them, that your time, your expertise, and your passion to be contributing into the success of our event and awakening the golden bird within each of us is really, really valued. Your wisdom, your knowledge have left us an impact on, I am sure, to one and all who would be watching out this video, and inspiring them to strive for the greatness and embrace their potentials as a change makers. Your dedication to empowering others and fostering a positive change in the world aligns perfectly with our mission. So we are truly honored to have you and have had that opportunity to learn from you and be a part of this transformative journey. And here we have, you can just scan this and get any synopsis of the volume one. Jamshid sir, you can actually click a picture of this and share to all of your friends who would have asked you for the volume one book. So it will be more easy for you to give them the synopsis of this book, and tell them that we are looking forward to share the volume two as well with you and your friends as well. So once again, thank you for being the essential part of this awakening journey, and with all the support and guidance which each one of you have given here. Soma ma'am, big thanks to you for taking out the time from first to end. Both of you were there from first to end. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Rama ma'am. Thanks, Shreya. And of course, big thanks to Team Bringle. We look forward for future collaborations with one and all. And as we continue to spread our wings and soar high towards a brighter, happier, and a smiling world. So let's speak loud together. Jagao, jagao, jagao. Apne sone ki chidiya ko jagao.
हर घर सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ.
Ko
And
jagao.
just one thing which I want to talk to everybody and share that, while on the right hand side there is a e-synopsis you will get in. Please consider this as a SKCKJ baton, which we are passing it on to you. Please use this baton and pass it on to as many as people. Inspire others. Help them achieve at least 3 people in your network to achieve their, first of all, find their dreams. Help them achieve their dreams, whatever way you can. And then don't, you don't need to ask for money or something. Just help 3 people. And once they achieve their dreams, ask them to pass it on to 3 people in their network. And that's how we keep spreading the Bringle dream wave and keep bringing, keep growing. On the, the yellow color, the golden color QR code, on the right hand side of Har Ghar Sone Ki Chidiya Ko Jagao logo, it's a Transformers community. If you would like to join our Transformers community, which is a lifetime membership of the pAGE Turners Club, please scan this code and give your information. We will reach out to you to talk about what are these transfer, pAGE Turners Club, how can we help you out, and how we could work together to transform yourself into a rich, wealthy, happy, and successful individual. So from this, let's speak loud. Jagao,
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 jagao, jagao.
हर घर
Up घर सोने की
सोने की
चिड़िया को
चिड़िया को
जगाओ.
Chidiya ko
जगाओ.
jagao.
Awakening the golden bird inside every household. So thank
Thank
you
you,
so much
everybody.
for being there. All of the people who have been here and supporting us in this initiative. I really want to thank all of you for spending this evening with us and understanding the concept of हर घर सोने की चिड़िया को जगाओ. Awakening the golden bird inside every household. Believe me, it is not a one-man job or one-person job. All of us has to contribute, and we can contribute only one thing. Pass on the SKCKJ baton to at least 3 people in your network. Take the screenshot and work onto it. I'm putting the screen once more if you have not taken the screenshot, and share it with as many as people in your network. And do join our Transformers community by filling this Google form, and we will come back to you with more information about that. So thank you so much, and keep bringing, keep growing.
Keep growing. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.